Welcome back to The Watch, and in breaking news, Susan Wojcicki has stepping down from YouTube! Ooh.
Yes, that is correct. The CEO, Susan Wojcicki, is stepping down.
After how many years?
12.
12 years!
2000. She became CEO in, I think, 2014.
Oh, right. That was like the peak of the good days. Like 2014 was like the last year.
And then the dark times came. But anyways,
maybe good times are ahead of us finally on YouTube.
Maybe. We better not get ahead of ourselves.
Look, okay. I know Night's Watch, we always do look at the doom and gloom. And this is true.
Do we? Whoa, I didn't know. Whoa, Nathan. Whoa.
Okay, enough of that. Okay, but for the short moment before I get to the actually fun fact, Nathan, it's someone even worse now who's going to be CEO. I just want that little bit of celebration.
Let us smile.
It's going to be the same with Kathleen Kennedy. When she leaves, we're all going to be like, woo! And then, like, you know, next is going to be some even more progressive, feministic.
I don't know. Like, I feel like we're going to go on to Star Wars. But I feel like on the short list for Star Wars, there are
potential
capable people.
Anyway, all I'm saying is that no matter who replaces them leaving is enough to celebrate for me, at least.
Right. With Susan, it's a little bit different because we know for a fact that she has like a bias, which she has openly stated.
Yeah.
I remember there was the quotes like how it was her son was watching like Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
And then she wanted to find a way to stop that from happening to other people's kids. And it's like,
and there's things where
Ben Shapiro is like,
she's openly said like we've suppressed this sort of information.
Yeah.
Like we want these videos to be trending more, and therefore we'll change algorithms to make other things less trendy.
And Night's Watch isn't like sort of.
We have enough plausible deniability that we could actually pivot away from all this stuff.
Yes, we can cover things in the way that we're not going to openly get demonetized. Hopefully.
For now at least.
Yeah, for now at least. It's not as difficult for us as other channels in our sphere. That it's really difficult. They get demonetized for everything. For us, we can navigate around it a little bit easier. But on to the point you were going to say.
Yes, for those who like the channel and the videos we make, then supporting us on Subscribestar, Patreon, Utreon. We've also got merch if you want to get like a Night's Watch t-shirt, hoodie, chainmail stuff, for Shadiversity as well. But just, a lot of you guys watch us and appreciate it, and we appreciate you. And if it's something that you enjoy, want to represent being on Watch, then we've got some merch that can help you with that.
It would genuinely, it would help us out. It helps us do more content, better content,
and it gives us we've made videos in the past that have been quite risky in certain areas.
Yeah.
We've said some things where we're like, this could be the one. This could be the one that ends us. And so having that kind of backup there, like Shad has said in the past, means we can make more content that we want to make because we have that revenue, and as well, we're more likely to make risks, which we shouldn't have to because the stuff that we're making isn't even that risky.
If you want to hear us be spicy, we can't rely on our overlord YouTube to support us.
No.
So you guys, if you want to, if you can,
they look good. This logo.
But help support us on Patreon. You can buy Shad's book if you haven't bought it already. There is merch. I know we don't shill it enough. Maybe we should. Maybe we should do some new designs. That's a good idea.
I'm also going to talk to Shad about memberships as well. I know some people might like memberships for Night's Watch too, which
because there is a lot of we're going on a whole shilling tangent. There's a whole behind the scenes stuff. Like we have a lot of behind the scenes content that we can't put on YouTube. We just can't. We would love for you guys to see that because it's funny, really funny. So we're having a hard time deciding where we should put it. If we do YouTube members, then
maybe that's something we can do.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about monetization on it.
Yeah.
Well,
that was a good little team meeting. Back to Susan leaving.
Yes.
I don't know anything that's going on. You've done study on this story, I'm assuming?
Wow.
Or have you just bring up this article for me to read?
I just brought up this article to read because I've read a little bit of it.
Okay.
But I don't even think it's more of the article. I think that's more just like we can pull some facts and dates and sort of stuff for it. I just want to talk more about her reign as Emperor of
Empress.
YouTube. Sorry, I didn't mean to use gendered language. Susan's reign has seen quite a lot of changes, and there have been some good ones. Because like 12 years is a long time, and a lot of stuff has changed.
Stuff
that
has
is
happened.
solid stuff. However, I don't know if you could place that at her feet because it's more just like 60 frames per second. You know,
She didn't do that.
Yeah.
It was like
2K, 4K video.
And even now, right, since people have made that possible on YouTube, she's probably been like, oh, we're losing lots of money because of this footage. Maybe we should put like a paywall behind like 4K videos or whatever.
But there's also been a lot of things that have changed in a negative way.
Yeah. Dislike button.
Yeah.
Gone.
Massive one. Like, I don't know a single person who doesn't have the dislike button extension installed. Because it's just so useful.
Even in terms of YouTubers, right? They are always very public with their like to dislike ratio.
I was going to sneeze.
Like the only places that I know that like turn them all off, especially with the comments as well, is like news coverage and when there's a trailer nobody
There's something
likes.
so ironic about like the big media companies, at least in our country, on their YouTube channel, everything's
Comments
disabled.
turned off all the time.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, dislikes gone.
Yeah.
Like, so that's another thing that clearly, and there was a lot of
The rewind.
the rewind stopped.
Yeah, they're done.
They sucked.
They were so bad that they had
stopped.
to stop doing them. And
The last rewind, I remember, was super lazy. It's
man.
like, here's what you guys watched. It was like a
top 10 Mojo watch list.
basically, and everyone's like, no, we didn't.
Yeah, because look, this is the thing, right? It's like massive things happen throughout YouTube throughout the year. They get millions and millions of views, but they're all spicy stuff.
Yeah, so you can't
put them in your family friendly.
They don't want to.
And then there was things like the Adpocalypse.
Yeah.
That's all under her watch. Mm-hmm. So YouTube has been very spicy over the last, like dicey in terms of actual creators making money for the last.
Well, yeah, heaps of stuff changed. Like, skit videos have basically become
Well, they wanted longer videos,
longer stuff,
and then they wanted shorts. Now they want literal short stuff.
Yeah, and they also changed. Like first it was like long videos, and then they started wanting more engagement on whatever video.
Yeah, and then subscribers became basically worthless, and it was more the actual analytics of particular videos that mattered more than anything.
Recommendations. They got rid of the subscription. Like you didn't go to your sub page as default anymore. It was always the homepage, like that whole homepage introduction thing.
So as a little, we'll give you guys a bit of a YouTube 101 guide. How it works, how a video performs is basically all based on you guys. So within the first, I think 12 hours, if all your subscribers are watching it, and they're liking it and they're commenting on it, then that video gets promoted and then it gets shared to new viewers who aren't your subscribers. But if you guys, not just you guys, I'm not just singling you guys out, but if
you person watching this right now,
if any YouTubers subscribers don't watch that content, that video it dies.
Yeah.
It's done and dusted. It doesn't get recommended. It doesn't go to new subscribers. It's just kaput. So that's a little bit how YouTube works now, which I think is a terrible way for YouTube to work. I'm personally someone who believes that quality content, regardless of subscriber count, should get recommended. Like, how do you think all the original channels
it was
became so
through
big?
not subscriber count, but it was through like people were searching for certain interests that they had. Like I remember back in the day, like the rabbit holes you go down YouTube because you watch one video and then another one would be like on the feed side and you go to another one, and the next minute you spent like 4 hours just watching all these really high quality videos about this information that you love. Now that doesn't happen for me. I'm in terms of YouTube, okay, my consumption has changed as I've gotten older because I have less time and things change. But even just the YouTubers I like to enjoy and watch have stopped making stuff because it's not viable for them anymore to make stuff. But now it's like I will click on videos that I find interesting, but even then, like my retention for those videos are very short because usually they aren't like marketed to me well. Like, I think this is a video about a certain interest I have. I click on it and I'm like, okay, I'm not interested in this video.
We might be a little bit jaded on consuming YouTube content because we are making it 5 days a week.
Well, I'm just talking about the way that I consume YouTube now is very different to how I used to back in the day. Like, I would watch series of, like, people playing games and I would watch, like, informational stuff that I loved watching. And I still crave that. Like, I still, basically, the funny thing is, right, that consumption that I used to have for YouTube has been switched now to TikTok.
Really?
Because its algorithm is better for me because it actually knows what I want and it gives me what I want. Where YouTube now, I will watch stuff.
We've lost Nathan, guys.
And it won't give me what I want.
Really?
Yeah.
I tried TikTok for a day and it was all just blue-haired people ranting about stuff. And I was like,
You got to give it a little while to figure out who you are.
Right, but
once it knows, but
that sounds terrible.
You shouldn't do that anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Chinese spyware.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not saying anyone should, but I'm just saying the reason why I like. It's defending me, basically saying like it's not me that's changed. It's YouTube because I still spend so many hours consuming content now. I would get that on YouTube.
But you're doing it on TikTok where it's shorter form content.
Well, for me,
has it always been shorter form content?
It hasn't
because
been...
I've always been. Sorry, I've always been someone who consumes media around 10 to 15 minutes. Anything longer than that, and it gets a bit more like you have to really be something I'm interested in. And anything shorter than that, I'm kind of just like, there's not enough meat here for me.
Yeah, for me, I definitely. Length didn't matter to me because on YouTube, especially, I would just start binging. Like I would make time to watch videos if it was good. Like especially when I was younger, the basically series of people doing and playing stuff, like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, I would binge the hell out of that, and I would revisit that all the time. Where now, if you do that, you can't. You can't. Like YouTube's changed now so that one video has to be marketed as that self-contained video. To do a actual series, it's very hard to do, and you can't even market it now as like a part 3 of me trying to survive this sort of thing. Like you can't do that now. Where like I will on TikTok, it's funny, right? When the video length was a problem, like you didn't do 1 minute, now you can do like longer videos now. They would split it out into different parts, and I would go out of my way to find each part of that video to get the full video. Right. Because it was something I was interested in. Where YouTube has changed now.
They do not
do
that anymore. But there are other issues with YouTube as a platform, like live stream. Like personally, I'm not into live streaming. It's not my deal. It's not my thing. But a lot of people are. Yeah. And a lot of people like live streaming stuff. And YouTube is not optimized for live streaming at all. Which seems crazy because Twitch is so terrible.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Because I think YouTube has definitely got on the ball with shorts in terms of like if they put the same amount of effort into their live streaming that they'd have with shorts, but we would have had a lot better streaming platform.
But at the beginning, the shorts weren't very good.
No.
First off, the way you uploaded shorts, you had to like hashtag shorts
and hope the algorithm picked it up that it was a short.
And then it would go on your homepage and ruin your homepage. Like shorts in the beginning were dicey.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're good, even though I work very hard
and there was no revenue from them. You didn't make any money from them, and you still don't even make any money from them. So like there was literally no incentive other than like maybe it gets picked up. Maybe people
you get views, subs.
Yeah, maybe. But at the same time, maybe not.
Yeah. But again, I think live streaming...
But now they're good. Yeah, now shorts, they have their own dedicated tab.
They've been separated.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
I just wish they did with streaming, because like even when I don't know how to find a good live stream I want to watch right now. Like if they're people live right now who are entertaining, I don't know how to find them.
So...
like I get stuff on my homepage.
It's like from what I understand, it's on this... when you look at the icon of your subscriber, it says live, which is a terrible way. There should be like a full dedicated page to live streams where you can click on. I want
to see who's live right now who I'm not sub to, who I'd be interested in watching.
Exactly the same way you do with like when you go into the what is it? With the trending tab.
Yeah,
like that, but with live streams.
Exactly.
Like that's brain. Like
that's what I want.
Do that.
And then
I'm not even someone who likes live streams, and I know that.
Well, I think even because of that, as YouTubers, again, this is going to be a very meaty video in terms of like we both make YouTube videos for a living, and so we're going to get really caught up on things.
All right, so I know the overarching video is supposed to be Susan Wojcicki, and we will get to that because she deserves a lot of flame for this. But there's also like a lot of YouTube stuff that is packed in with this package because it's important.
Yeah, because like with live streaming, right? The way that basically live stream works is that you need to, when you're live, obviously react like it's a live stream, but you also at the same time need to make it so that it can be a watchable video or VOD later, because after that live stream's done, it basically turns into a normal video. Yeah. And so all the things for like a normal video with editing, with retention, with user input, like all that then affects that VOD.
YouTube shouldn't be like this. YouTube is the biggest video hosting platform on planet Earth by a country mile, and it still hasn't gotten these, I would consider, basic features.
Basic, but at the same time, like if YouTube's, sometimes afraid, they're like, oh no, what if we like fail? What if all the users leave? Which they're not going to because they're so massive. But at the same time, if they want to be confident in their future, just having those basic things implemented.
Well, what really showed me that YouTube doesn't care about the quality of their platform was the dislike thing. The community backlash from everybody across the board was universally, do not do this. The dislike button is a very valuable and useful feature. Do not remove it. YouTube got that message and they knew it.
Yeah, but they responded to it.
Yeah, but they said, we're just going to do it anyway. That just proved to me that they do not care about the actual quality of their content. No. They don't care about promoting videos that are genuinely good content.
And that's
they
the thing.
just care about watch time, viewers, money from revenue sources.
And probably other parties who are telling them what to do.
Yeah.
So advertisers, and I'm sure governments have a hand in things as well.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do. But that's the thing, like buttons weren't just something that the community's like, oh, I like disliking videos, you should let me dislike the video. It was actually a form of quality control.
It really was.
You knew when it was a troll video because the dislike, ratio was a lot lower. Now we'll never know.
Like, there are fringe cases, especially when we get into like the political arena. There are fringe cases of disliking videos of like political opponents and stuff. But then there's like, in our realm of like reviewing, there are things like Rings of Power with millions of dislikes. There's things like Velma with millions of dislikes that are well deserved.
Yeah.
And it's gone. And you can't see that. Like, if you go on those videos on a new browser, or if you just made a new account, it has like maybe 10,000 likes, 2 million views. And it's like, oh, well, I mean, I guess this is okay. But then all of a sudden, when you actually look at those dislikes,
Different story.
Yeah, different story. The dislike is a valuable part of YouTube.
Yeah.
Like an integral part of YouTube.
It's like removing the share button. Yeah. Like, you want to share videos? You can't anymore.
And this is all under Susan.
Yeah.
She's a CEO.
People like have sat down with her and questioned her.
They have.
That dislike button thing, what's happening with that?
And we're talking about people who are like on her team.
Yeah.
Not on our team. So this has all been under her reign. So 12 years, she joined YouTube as CEO in 2014. She announced at I think it was a shareholders meeting. Is it a shareholders? The quote is, "The time is right for me. And I feel I'm able to do this because we have an incredible leadership team in place at YouTube," she noted. "When I joined YouTube 9 years ago, one of my first priorities was bringing an incredible leadership team. Wojcicki has long held ties to Google founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin, who she let work out of her Menlo Park, California home upon founding Google."
Oh,
that's actually,
this is new info to me, and I don't know how to feel about this because it would make sense, at least, she was a business major in something. Or
we are business, doing professional business stuff. But no, renting out to the founders of Google.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel like. I don't know.
They had an IOU. They're like, one of the companies we buy out, you can be CEO of.
Yeah. But she has decided to step down. Something that ruffled my feathers, I think it was maybe a year or two ago now. I can't remember exactly when they started rolling this out. But it was mass monetization of videos on unmonetized content. So take, for example, your channel. Your channel isn't currently monetized.
No, it's not.
But it has ads running on it.
Yes, it does.
So meaning that it's making money.
Not for me.
But not for you. Now, that really ruffled. Like, I'm personally, my main channel is monetized. My second channel is not. But it just rubs me the wrong way in terms of, like, you're creating content and you're putting it out and it gets monetized and you don't get the money from that.
Yep. I remember ad revenue was a lot more back in the day, like 2014.
Yeah.
Not that many, like, the reason why people could make animated, shorts and do all this other crazy stuff, music videos and stuff, was because the return on investment, like, was greater than what you were doing.
So monetization has changed a lot over the years. I remember back when I was in high school, when I made my first YouTube channel, it was, you just got monetized. Everything was monetized.
Yeah.
Then I remember when I started my current main channel, I think it was 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours.
Okay.
Which is what it currently is.
Yeah.
Now, I made that it was painless. I made that in like 4 or 5 months. But now they've also added an addendum to that, which is I think it's like a million short views or something.
Yeah, it's something crazy. And also, like, did you have the expiry for those views and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Within a 12-month period.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. So those numbers, I don't know. I'm trying to convey how big those numbers are for someone to
like a billion short views is like
a little advice: if you've got a YouTube channel out there and you're trying to get monetized, do not go for the short views. Try and go for the actual
proper views for now, at least. Because those are the more real
getting
ones.
1,000 subs isn't too difficult. It genuinely isn't. It's not that hard, especially if you're making consistent content. You could probably reach a 1K subs, especially if you're making fun content. 4,000 hours. Now that is a lot more trickier because it depends on not only how long someone's watching a video, how long the video itself is, and how many views that video is getting.
Yeah. Like for me, my videos, for a while especially, were like 2-3 minutes long.
Right.
And they were getting, a couple hundred views. More recent ones now have gone up to like 1,000 and stuff. The good videos.
Yeah.
But I know people who live stream.
Yeah.
And they will stream basically until they get monetized because people are just watching concurrently.
I'm going to share a little bit of data because it's interesting. So let's talk about my second channel because I've spoken to you about my second channel off. My second channel is a channel that I've recently decided to put like a random video on every now and then. I did a video over a month ago, and now this channel had I think like 100 subs on it from like 2 years ago. I hadn't used it in years, and I decided to put a new video on there, a new video on there. It's like a 20-minute video. It currently has 15,000. It has 15,000 views on that video. Now, that sounds like a lot, right? 15,000 views on a channel with only 100 on a second channel that only has 100 subscribers. The public watch hours for that is only 1,500. So 1,500 public watch hours for 15,000 views. Now, that is not normal. That means that people are the retention for that particular video, because it's like a 20-minute video, is quite high.
Yeah.
That's not the normal. If you did a 20-minute video, you'd probably get like 5-minute retention.
Yeah.
So that should be halved, that public view hours. That's how difficult it is to get monetized. So, and I don't like that they did that. They not only made it 10 times more harder to get monetized for smaller channels, they also made the requirements not impossible, but like
very arbitrary. Like if you are short form content and you upload once a week, that's going to take you a very long time. You have to, they're forcing you to make longer content, which means you've got to spend more time on it. And also some topics, you just don't need to spend that long on it. What if you're just doing like a little, like I think of educational channels, people who literally do math for like students.
Yeah.
I use those in high school all the time because they were fantastic. Some person, could do all of like year 12 English or math for me for 2-3 minute summaries. That's all I need. And they won't get monetized or any money from that because YouTube's like, that's not worth it.
I think what made it even worse is it felt like they were trying to discourage people from making like new channels from coming.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me. It felt like they wanted to try and like not price people out, but like I feel like that's the best sort of way. They wanted
with their time.
Yeah, they wanted to price them out of YouTube because there was just too many YouTubers. But it's one of those things where these channels that aren't making content that's considered valuable or not higher quality content, they stop making it because they don't see results. But then when it was quality driven, people who made quality content saw their hard work rewarded.
Yeah.
And were able to grow. Now it's not that at all. No. Your hard work is not rewarded.
No.
In fact, sometimes more often than not, it can work against you. And that's the current state of YouTube, at least for a lot of channels. A lot of people in our sphere, it's rough out here at the moment.
YouTube's tough.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why we celebrate it, because we're kind of like hoping that whoever comes on next will have a different vision. I think we're not expecting it to get better. We're just hoping it to change a bit so that maybe those
just not be as bad.
Yeah. Maybe those who of us have been working really hard to reach this point, maybe the new CEO will be like, actually, I'm going to direct it more towards this. I'm going to reward this style of creator instead. And then so people who've been waiting so long for their time to shine can actually finally, get paid for their work.
In an ideal world, all I want is people who are looking for content to be able to find it. I feel like that's where the issue is, because that's basically where the quality content rises to the top.
Yeah.
Because when you search for something, you can find it. But at the moment, it's not based on that. It's based on how many of your own subscribers watch your content. And if they're not interested, if they don't like it, and they don't watch it, then that video just dies there. That's it.
But also, it also depends on what are good videos for the climate right now. So a lot of challenge videos. That's why Mr. Beast has gotten so big recently, and every other major like YouTuber vlogger are like, let's make this giant Minecraft statue because it's trending. Like,
if you look at the trending page, there's like not a single video on there that I even care about.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there who just don't care about any of the stuff on the trending page because
it's not trending.
It's just stuff that is like mass market stuff.
Yeah, I remember me and Shad getting mad because there were some music videos that were trending in the top like 5, you know, of YouTube for the week, and Shad's like, my video on castles got more views than this. Like the lower performing one got more views.
It's true though.
Yeah.
It's true.
So why is his video not on there? It's because it's not relevant in the space. It's too much of a niche.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem. Because when you create quality content, you don't get rewarded for it.
Yeah.
And everybody hates this. I hate this.
Susan, you didn't fix this. I hope someone else does. Okay, so to finish off, her blog post said that she spent nearly 15 years of her career working with Mohan, the new head of YouTube. First, when he came over to Google with the DoubleClick acquisition in 2007, and as his role grew to become SVP of display and video ads, YouTube has faced pressure in recent years amidst a rise of popularity. Again, this is just, they're making excuses now for like, oh no, we're such a big platform, we can't monetize ourselves.
Did you read that though? He was the head of display and video ads, meaning he's going to want things to be more family friendly than they already currently.
More advertiser friendly.
Yeah, which is family friendly.
Yes, but also there are other elements advertisers don't want to get involved, for example, politically.
Yeah.
Or you know, government-wise, that... So it can be family friendly, it can be important information, but obviously they want to control what comes out of creators' mouths as well. So
I'm happy she's gone. Or she's stepping down or whatever.
Other thing too, right? She's said that like her whole time here has been building a team.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that team has her vision anyways.
Yeah.
So who knows who's going to replace her? Let's celebrate for a little bit and this peaceful moment of like hope. Maybe.
Let's just take a one step at a time and celebrate the small victories.
Yeah, exactly. And then when we know who it is and what they've done, and you know, if YouTube shuts down in a week or month's time, then head over to YouTube on Patreon or Subscribestar to support us.
Yeah, please.
But like again, like it's we wouldn't have to do this if YouTube could figure out a way to monetize itself so that creators could actually, because we're basically kind of like employees to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like YouTube doesn't need to do anything.
It's one of the,
YouTube pays no one.
I was about to continue that thought. Sorry.
Like YouTube pays no one to make these videos. They're not saying to us, make this video, we'll pay you this much. Shad does because he's our boss. But like, fun fact, right? If we make this video, we're going to get paid from Shad. But if it doesn't perform well, YouTube will then decide how much they're going to pay Shad for that thing. Like YouTube has this really uncontrolled bias towards, okay, you're not our employees, you're just using our service, and I think that can be very dangerous in terms like.
So a little bit more behind the scenes sort of stuff is how much people get paid. You don't get it paid as much as you think for YouTube. Views are like, how would I put them like this? Advertisers think of views as endless. There's always someone else who can get more views. So they don't have to pay that much for them, which is the problem. You have to get crazy views to get crazy money, and that's just not how it works. So YouTube, the ads that they run on your channel depend on what like category, what niche you're in.
Yeah.
And those ads only pay certain amounts. Like, for example, I think the highest paid ads are like finance ones, like real estate sort of ads. So if you're looking to buy a house and you go on YouTube and search
how to buy a house, or
and
like
you get ads on that, you are making gangbusters on those videos. Those ads are awesome. But then for stuff like what we're doing, we're just going to get generic sort of ads, which will be in sort of the lowest rungs because it's content that doesn't really have a hyper advertiser need or hunger to it.
Yeah.
So content like this does not make as much money as something like some guy making a video about how to buy
how to invest in the stock market, like stuff like that. Or, and another thing too, right, is that there's the CPM, which basically changes throughout the year. So like, I know Bashad telling me,
well, it changes not just throughout the year, like monthly.
Basically
the CPM is how much money you get paid per specific amount of views.
Yeah.
But it is like it varies.
I know.
From like $14 to
I've
like
seen a Night's Watch
$2.
studio. I've seen. Like December, it's
insane.
crazy. Like Shad's told me as well this. So in like November, December, when Christmas is booming and all the advertisers,
People are spending money.
they're spending money, but also advertisers are like, we have this budget remaining in our marketing schedule.
We need to spend
blow it all. And then in January, when they've got their new budget, they are conserving all of it. And so the CPM for all of YouTube just like nosedives.
Yeah.
And then it like slowly kind of up and down. And like,
So
it's
think of it like one day you make $6, then one day you make $2, then one day you make $3.50.
and
one
suddenly
day
goes up to 10.
Yeah, that is how it is. Genuinely, it's just
So you
random.
can't even be consistent with like, okay, I'm making 150 views per video.
Yeah.
150,000, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, even that will, change throughout the year depending on the CPM.
So basically, a video, let's say in January with 10,000 views on, let's say it makes $100. Well, that's not gonna make $100, but let's just say it makes $10. A video in December with 1,000 views on it might make $15.
Yeah, 15, 20, if you.
Those numbers are not like accurate numbers.
No, but like,
we're just for it as an example.
So I think there's two sides of the story, right? There are the viewers who are probably really happy. Hopefully someone, will come and be more user-centric, maybe bring us back the dislike button. Probably not going to happen in this lifetime, unfortunately.
I mean, that would be such an easy win. And like, you would have the entire YouTube community just like on your, like at your back.
Here's the thing too, right? If you did that, you could do anything else afterwards and you'd be like, hey,
at least we got a dislike button.
Yeah. Like, do that, remove comments.
Yeah.
Like don't do that, please.
Do not do that.
But so there's that side, but there's also the creator side. And so I know there's things as creators, for example, like there's just little things like, I wish that the creator space was separate from the like consumer space. Because I go to YouTube, right, to upload this video, for example, I have to see my subscription page, homepage. I get distracted before I actually get to my work. Right. And that, I think, is actually just a little thing that obviously makes me think YouTube's unaware of me as a creator.
But then there's even like psychological tricks in those pages.
Exactly.
Like, in the most basic sense, what they do is they have the red and green. So the red and green are basically just like stonks arrows.
Yeah.
So if you gain like 100 subscribers one month, it'll probably like it'll go green. But then the next month you only get like 50 red. Yeah. And it's like that.
The grey.
Oh yeah.
It's the unbeknownst grey. It's like
means you're staying the same.
You're like, oh, it feels bad.
And they have small psychological effects on you because you're like, oh no, my channel's in the red or it's in the grey. Oh, it's got to be in the green. And that's what facilitates this creative burnout where it's like, got to be green, got to keep going up and up. And it's not sustainable.
No, it's not good. So I hope the new CEO actually listens to, I think that's the biggest thing, just listening. And not listening as in, I hear what you're saying, but actually taking on what you're saying to me. That's actual listening.
Because they do it all the time. They have like, creator surveys all the time. And you can answer them in a whole myriad of ways. And it's like, no matter how you answer it, they still just do what, like the dislike one.
Yeah.
They had a dislike survey.
Yeah.
Overwhelmingly, everybody, no, do not remove the dislikes.
Yeah.
We're going to do it anyway. Yeah. It's like, well, why ask then? But yeah, that's basically, it went on a ramble. Sorry, we just needed to vent about YouTube.
And celebrate Susan's departure. God, I'm still I need to find out, what are her credentials?
Yeah.
Did she just have a house?
And she rented it out to the founders of Google? Is that it?
Is that it? Surely they're like, take this business major. Like do something.
A sensitivity training.
Oh, that's the other thing too. Just the progressiveness on some of the like creator sides of things. It's like, hey, there's this creator insider section in the YouTube studio. It basically tells you what they are working towards next. And a lot of stuff now is like, diverse creators should be like more aware of this and that. And we're listening to you guys, and there's a comment section as well. Like they do like full videos, like, here are the features coming to YouTube. This is what's happening. And the comments, man, they are ratioed hard all the time.
So YouTube makes dedicated videos, like any normal thing, but they're basically private, and you can only see them through your YouTube creator studio, and they're always just like,
shorts are coming next month.
We've heard you guys. We know you don't want to remove the dislike button, but from our inside testing that we've done, and we're not showing you guys, people want to they'll do videos like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I think that's everything.
Well, I guess more will be coming when we know who the actual new CEO is going to be.
When we know more about it.
Yeah.
And whether his first decision is a win or a loss.
Or whether it's even a him.
Oh, isn't it him? I don't even know anymore.
I mean, we're just waiting for Kathleen Kennedy to be fired.
Please. Would you like to take us out, Nathan?
Yeah, so that's everything. Thank you all for watching. And as always, stay on watch.